Hello guys and welcome to a new show. Today we are going to see why the Volvo S60 Polestar is so cheap compared to its competitors. It's half the price, so is it half that good, or are we just more influenced by badges these days that we are more keen to going for a BMW or a Mercedes? So we are going to test it out with a circuit race and then a drag race. And the circuit we're going to use is Road America West Alternative Course. Yes. So it has a relatively long straight and nice different sort of corners and off-cambered and cambered corners. So it's a good test for the car and its chassis, and we would like to see it run on ABS because all the other cars, or these newer cars, have ABS. So onto the track. And on lap of 4 or 5 I managed to get the best time out of the Volvo. The car had quite a bit of understeer issues, especially on throttle through the corners, and it has terrible brakes, really terrible. Okay, but most of the car reviews in real life also said that the Volvo S60 Polestar has some brake issues. Top Gear magazine said that after the second lap on their test track, the brake fluid actually started boiling. So yeah, things to upgrade then, Volvo. But other than that, good acceleration, but you're quite distant with the handling. It is as if you're cocooned out from the outside world. You don't, even on the steering wheel, you don't feel exactly what the front wheels are doing, and that's not something you want on a racetrack. So I don't know what the main focus was of the Polestar. Is it just a super saloon, or did they actually try to make something more track focused? I'm more lingering to the super saloon idea, but hey, the car didn't do that bad actually. Compared to the others, we will have to see. Yes, but the understeer is really an issue, and the brakes. Other than that, the Volvo is fine. In real life, I believe Volvos are nice to drive, but I have driven one in real life, not the Polestar one, but the normal A60, and the driving feel is a little bit vague on them. So yeah, what did they do? A 1 minute 40.257. So let's see what the other cars did. And the next car is the 2013 Audi RS4 Avant. As I said previously, I'm sorry there isn't a sedan to compete against the Volvo, but hey, they're evenly matched with performance points, so why not? And I've driven all the cars with no modifications. I said no upgrades are allowed, so these are the cars replicated as close to the real life as I can get on Forza, which doesn't say much. So let's go to the track and see what the Audi can do. Can it beat the Volvo, or will it not? That is the question. I'm going all Shakespeare-y today, it seems. Yeah, and on lap 4 again, I struck luck. Like with the Volvo. This car is so fun to drive. I really expected it to understeer or to have understeer problems. It is 4-wheel drive, but this car has the lightest of lift-off oversteer, and the turn-in is amazing. The grip is phenomenal, and the sound of that mighty Audi V8. I believe it's still the 4.2 liter V8. You just can't beat that high revving naturally aspirated V8 in sound. Yes, the car was amazing. You can clearly see that the Volkswagen Automotive Group spends billions on research and development, because this is a major improvement on the first of the A-classes that was launched in, I believe, in 1989. Back in those days, I believe the first model only had the S4 version, and it had humongous understeer problems. But it seems to be sorted. I think Volkswagen tuned the four-wheel drive system, or Audi, to be more rear-based, I presume. They were actually through all the years, they were more leaning towards being front-based, and when it loses traction, it sends power to the rear. And while BMW is the other way around with their xDrive. But this car was amazing, and I had no problem replicating the results over and over and over. The lap times weren't that different from one another. The fastest and the slowest time didn't even differ with 2 seconds. And across the line in a 1 minute 37.840, beating the Volvo into the ground. The next competitor is the BMW M4 Coupe. Unfortunately, the M3 isn't on the game. The only M3 there is the old E92 M3 V8. And okay, that was also a 2-door coupe, but the new M3 is actually a 4-door sedan. I don't know why BMW did this. They could just made the M3 a coupe version and a sedan version, but hey, it's BMW. And we are going to see, there I scrolled through the lists of BMWs, and that is the only real M3, or the newest gen M3. So we will take the BMW onto the track and see if it can beat the Audi. And lap 4 treated me good as well again with the BMW M4. This car is also as well balanced as the Audi. The only thing is it's rear-wheel drive, so out of corner exits you can expect a little bit of tail happiness, but on all the other fronts the handling is almost exactly the same. It's predictable when braking into the corner, predictable when going out of the corner. Even though if you start sliding, it's quite easy to catch it and rectify it. This car is, you can see why BMW say, or their slogan is driving dynamics, because they know what they're doing. I believe that it's the car with the hardest suspension also in the group, the most track focused car, if you can almost say like that. And the brakes were phenomenal, really. Okay, I'm driving with the racing line on, but all the other cars you should start braking a little bit before it turns red, otherwise you're not going to make the corner. But the BMW, you can actually do a little bit of late braking with it, and it was really fun to drive. I enjoyed it. What can I say more about this car? The lap times were also consistent. The slowest and fastest time was not even a second apart from one another. So this car is bloody consistent, and that's what you're searching for in a track day sort of car. On the streets, maybe a little bit more comfort would be better. And across the line in a 1 minute 37.711, beating the Audi so far. And our last car is the 2016 Mercedes C63 AMG S Coupe. I don't know why they just call it Mercedes AMG, and there's other division that's called Mercedes-Benz that also has AMGs. Turn 10, explain yourselves. But let's see this luxury barge take on Road America and see if it can beat the Volkswagen, listen to me, the Audi, the BMW, or the Volvo. I believe the Volvo is doable, but the other two, we'll have to see. Okay, this is starting to get suspicious. Yet again, lap 4. The Mercedes, what can I say? It's typical AMG fashion. When you enter the corner, it oversteers. When you exit the corner, it oversteers. When you're on the straight, it wants to wheel spin. But I don't say it wasn't fun. This is extremely fun. The brakes, not so good as the BMW. It's close to the Audi, but I can't say if it's better than the Audi. It's either, it can be a little bit worse, but the 4-liter twin-turbo V8 is magnificent. I can't believe how Mercedes got a V8 turbo engine so smooth. It doesn't feel like it has turbos on it. It pulls brilliantly right through the rev range. It's almost as if it's a naturally aspirated V8. But yes, oversteer was the main problem here, but power helped it out in the straight bits. And weirdly enough, there isn't actually a lot of straights on this, but the cars that were more prone to have a higher top speed or better acceleration performed better in the lap times for some or other reason. I believe the American tracks are just more focused on high speed corners than low speed handling sort of corners. And weirdly enough, the Mercedes was the only car that had major understeer issues in this corner, while the other cars didn't have it so bad. And across the line in a 1 minute 36.583. I believe Forza's handling physics isn't correct. I can't think it can be faster than the BMW game. And we have the times here. And I also gave them the score of the highest speed that they reached on the straight as well. So, in first place we have the Mercedes with 1 minute 36.583 and a speed trap speed of 227. Nice. And the Audi and the BMW share second place with a score of 5. The Audi doing a lap in a 1 minute 37.840 and the BMW in a 1:37.711. The Audi has a better speed trap score than the BMW. And trailing in the rear is the Volvo Polestar in a 1 minute 40.527 and a speed trap speed of 212. Not that great. And now it's on to the drag race, and it's a half-mile drag race. And finally, we have the results. The Mercedes won with 16 points. It did a quarter mile in 11.967 and the half mile in 18.717. And strange enough, the Audi beat it at the BMW, scoring himself 11 points at the end. Quarter mile time of 12.081 and a half mile of 19.051. Then in third we have the BMW, who scored 9. He did a quarter mile in 12.6 seconds and a half mile in 19.717. And in the back, the Polestar, the cheapest car for a reason, with a score of 4. He did a quarter mile in 12.784 and a half mile in 20.251. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. If you like these sort of episodes, please let me know. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe and comment down below. I love to read your guys' comments. And until next time, guys, keep it sideways, keep it fun. Drift Buddy out.
See word, say the word. Say the